I'm just gonna be straight up. Every show I've watched in the last 2 years has been an anime. I watched a few anime back in 6th and 7th grade because I had a friend who was really into it and he introduced me to it. And then after 7th grade he moved away and I had no clue what to watch anymore and I just kind of fell out of it. It wasn't until 2020 when the funniest thing happened that I went full on neckbeard and started binging anime without even realizing it. I think in 2020 alone, I finished something like 24 fucking anime, which goes to show you, not only did I have no life, but I'm pretty knowledgeable on the anime if I say so myself. But once that initial honeymoon phase wears off, where every show you watch is just a back-to-back 10, and you think to yourself, man, this is the best medium to ever exist. You start to become a jaded old man, and you're more selective with what you watch, and you finally gain the confidence to be able to say that you don't like a popular show. Or, as it's commonly referred to, you develop a sense of taste. I wouldn't say that I have good taste, but I have seen a lot of fucking anime. And at this point, I can watch a couple minutes of a show and pretty much know what every character is going to be like. Alright, you're the asshole that everyone on Twitter likes, you're the one who cries and screams all the fucking time, and you're the cute girl who everyone talks about for 5 minutes and then immediately forgets about when another cute girl comes along. I've also been able to notice a lot of the same annoying stereotypes and tropes that happen in every show. This is what we're going to be talking about today. So sit back, grab your body pillow, grab your fucking Ichiraku ramen, and let's go. Boring/flat main characters. I don't know what it is with anime and making the main character, the literal star of the show, be the most boring fucking person you've ever seen in your life. I get that they're intentionally supposed to be boring so you can self-insert, but bro, do something! What's the point of self-inserting myself into a show if I'm just gonna be self-inserting myself into another fucking loser? If I self-insert, I want to self-insert into a badass who can do whatever he wants, not this fucking creature. The only exception to this is where it's the main goal of the show to have the character be more open and come out of his shell, like Welcome to the NHK. It also works alright in some video games too, and it's perfectly fine there. Except this one scene in Persona 5 though, where this girl is talking about being blackmailed by a teacher and her friend being sexually abused, and your character literally just goes... But in anime, it's the most annoying shit ever. I swear, if I have to watch another anime with a main character who's an ordinary boy who has an ordinary personality, starting his ordinary life at an ordinary high school where nothing out of the ordinary ever happens, I'm gonna jump out of a fucking window! It literally only hurts the show when the main character is just a slab of fucking cardboard with spiky black hair. And the worst part is when you see another anime with a great main character like Gintoki, Spike, Guts, or my man Yusuke, and you think to yourself, man, why can't every show do this? Because it shows that anime is more than capable of having a good main character, but they don't, in favor of having another shy teenage doormat number 728. Romances that go nowhere. Another annoying thing is when the main couple in an anime barely ever do anything romantic and just act awkward around each other the entire time. Love is War plays on this stereotype pretty well, and most of the humor is derived from seeing what galaxy brain shit these two pull off to get the other to confess. But other shows like this one I'm gonna butcher if I pronounce it, it gets on my fucking nerves. You telling me that you and this girl like each other, you lived alone with her for 3 months, and you haven't even held her hand yet? Bro! You're 16! At this rate, you ain't even gonna kiss each other until you're 28! It should have been me! I get that it's supposed to be cute and relatable, but it's just fucking annoying to watch on a screen. I already went to middle school, bro, okay? I've experienced and seen more than enough awkward relationships. In 7th grade, one of my friends would sit at the girls' table and not say anything while his girlfriend talked to all of her friends and ignored him. Okay, I hugged my first girlfriend once and then we broke up 2 weeks later. 5th grade, during a talent show, I saw a motherfucker dedicate his performance to a girl, and then he sung Treasure by Bruno Mars off key, and then she rejected him, okay? I've seen some shit. For once, I want to see an actual, healthy, mature relationship between two people. Is that so much to ask for? Cutting away from the main fight. You know when you're watching a shonen and it's about to get to the super hyped fight that you've been waiting for the entire time? The main character and the villain are finally gonna fight. You're finally gonna see all this build up pay off. But then it cuts to some boring ass fight happening on the side you don't even care about, and it takes up 90% of the episode. This happens in pretty much every shonen, but the one that still haunts my dreams to this day is the palace invasion from Hunter x Hunter. I'd heard that the Chimera Ant arc has some issues with its pacing, but I didn't see anything until I got to the palace invasion. Every single time a fight starts to get good, it cuts to some random ass dude in the basement of the palace who has sex slaves, or this octopus motherfucker who spends 5 episodes trying to go up an elevator. I'm not even kidding. It'll cut away from the main fight to show you this motherfucker failed to do the simplest thing for 20 minutes, and then show you 3 seconds of the main fight, and then the ending comes in like... This isn't as bad in some shows when all the fights are interesting, but I'll be honest, 90% of the times the side fights are boring as shit. Just let me get to the action. Let me see what's going to happen. Stop cutting away at the best part. Poorly written side male characters. After watching a few anime, you can immediately tell who's gonna fall into this category from a fucking Hunter x Hunter staircase away. There are so many shows where they'll put in way too many girls so people can argue over who their waifu is, and so the writers end up having to shoehorn in a guy to be friends with the main character, and he almost always defaults to comic relief and literally nothing else. There's this guy who disappears for an entire season, literally anime Ben Shapiro, who I wanted to punch so many times. There's this guy who had a couple serious moments, but for the entire first season was just used as comedic relief. Literally zero personality or interesting moments in the entire show. Probably the most annoying character on this list, I don't even remember what this dude's name was. The most annoying character on this list, and honestly, probably one of the worst anime characters ever created. And this dude who played sports and had one significant moment in the entire show. What's with anime and giving the main character the most one-dimensional, flat, and boring friends possible? Why can't we just have a solid best friend for the main character, like Killua from Hunter x Hunter, who's literally more popular than Gon, or Jean from Samurai Champloo, who's disciplined and formal, and perfectly plays off Mugen, who fucking breakdances while sword fighting, and there's a great clash between the two. Basically, the world needs less of this, and more of this.
This right here is my favorite thing, ever.
But for the most part, these are all just nitpicks. You know, it doesn't really ruin a show unless there's any to, and I can kind of just ignore it and be like, oh, yep, there's the boring side male characters. And it doesn't really detract from the entire experience, but it's just like, come on. You did so good over here, and then dropped the ball so fucking hard when it came to this.